Hey everybody, I would like to share with you real quick a few projects that I created for a very sweet friend of mine here on YouTube, Crystal at juncrys315. Hey Crystal, her and I are doing a swap together, and I wanted to share with you real quick before I package her projects up and send it out to her. So this right here is one of those really tall letters that you can get from Hobby Lobby, and I wanted to create something, like personalized for her. So what better than the initial of your name? So first initial actually. And the paper line I used is the Echo Park. It's the All Mine paper pack. I've had it in my hoard box for a long time, and it reminded me of her because she likes the pinks, the blacks, and whites, and Parisian. So yeah, it reminded me of Crystal, so I went ahead and used it on this letter. The first thing I did to this, it's raw wood, was I sprayed it with the Lindy Stamp Gang Hottie Batati. Then I did some of the modeling paste, which is pretty much covered up. I don't know why I do that, but I seem to do modeling paste and then cover it up. Yeah, I'm going to have to work around that. And then just embellished it from there. So let me just try and show you real quick. Oops, sorry, I'm going the wrong way. I punched out these butterflies right here, are the Sizzix die butterfly, and I punched out the paper line and then created a dimensional butterfly here, and went over it with some modeling paste and distressed it with the acrylic white paint. Used some bling trim in the middle there. This is basically where I started out first, was right in the middle. I tied this it's like really wide satin ribbon that I got from Walmart a while back. I had it in my ribbon box, and I tied one here and then one there, and then just like embellished in between there. This right here is from Annie's store, real pretty trim, and of course these flowers are I Am Roses. And then, the spray you get from Hobby Lobby. And I use some of the cheesecloth here, like a filler, and make it look like a bow. I love this stuff. You can just shape it any way you like. And then some beautiful trims right there. I believe that's from Annie's Miss Garden Grove one store. That beautiful flower flat back trim there. Some trim I had in my stash. It's this trim right here. I'm not sure where I got that from, or if I think it might be from D Crafts. I believe that's where I got that. I'm not sure. And I made a beautiful stick pin here, and you can use it as you like, Crystal. I didn't glue it down, so you can use it as you like. And tied a pretty bow and put it there, then put some flat back pearls on the bottom here, and made one of those real pretty Vicky puffy flowers, I Am Roses. This is a flower from some flowers that Bona gifted me with. Thank you, Bona. Love them. They're beautiful. And then this little cluster down here is a frame that I got from my dollar store at Christmas time, like a year or so ago. It was gold. I went over it with white acrylic paint and modeling paste, and then I distressed it with the Tim Holtz crackle paint right there. I love that effect. And then I spritzed it up, and I thought that was really cute. And then put some real pretty trim there. It's like a beaded trim. I'm not sure where I got that. Maybe Hobby Lobby. And then this beautiful bling here I bought from Hobby Lobby or Michael's. It's real pretty. It was Hobby Lobby. It's one of those real pretty blings that like you buy to, you know, embellish, I guess, a garment or something. And then these are Martha Stewart butterflies. And these are flowers that I bought from, I believe, Michael's for this project. And then I just distressed it. And I went around the whole letter with this trim you see on the outside and the flower trim. Yeah, the whole perimeter of this letter here. And this right here pulls out, Crystal. If you wanted to, you could put a picture on here. So I put this flower on there so you could pull it out. And that's the bottom there. Then you just come up to the middle. And then at the top here, there's this is a butterfly from Stampin' Up. Yeah, it's from the Shelley collection. And I cut out 2 of those and embossed them and made a dimensional butterfly there with some of that real pretty bling that Marla blessed me with. Hey Marla! And that's pretty much it there. And then I made a small banner from the paper line there with the letters from the paper line that spells her name, Crystal, going across the top there. And then another small butterfly from that same Shelley die there. And I embossed that as well. And then you see some bling with some beautiful I am roses. And then here's one of those crystals that I hung there with one of the corner pieces from Butterbee Scraps. So there's a lot of distressing that I'm probably not picking up because it's so big. I can't like really hold it up close. And then here's the back. You can pretty much see what I sprayed it with right there. You can kind of see it, but then it's covered up. And then I covered up where I tied the ribbons at. Yeah, that's part of the trim with some doilies. And then this right here is glued in here. I tied knots and I hot glued it so you can hang it, darling. You should be able to hang it. I've had it hanging on my wall, getting ready to film it for you. And yeah, so that's a letter that I made for her there. And then I made a little shadow box right here. Let me show you. I've got some trim hooked on it. There we go. It's one of those little shadow boxes that you can get from your dollar store. And I spray painted this with Lindy Stamp Gang lump of coal. And then I distressed it around the edges with some black soot, and then I covered it with the paper. But this was a lot of fun to do, and I just basically, let me show you where I got my inspiration from. I know many people have made these, and they're all beautiful, but I have this magazine that I got at the checkout from Hobby Lobby. And I saw this, and this is what inspired me right here. Let me show you. I should have had it ready. There. I was like, hey, I can make one of those. I have a tiny one. And I have never done one of the figuration boxes yet. I have one to do, but I haven't done it yet. So this is really like my first one here. And I hope you like it, Crystal. But in this box here, I mean, I put paper in all the little boxes, you know, cut out the pieces and all. So each box is covered with paper. And then I put some of that trim here, the same trim that I used on her letter. And then one of those real pretty crystals here. And then just a beautiful I am roses flower. And I think that's it in that box there. Yeah, and I used one of those real pretty, I don't know if you can see, let me get up close, those real pretty bling buckle holders there to hang the crystal from. Yeah, there. And then in this box I made a flower with a gathering stitch and then put one of those penny farthing bicycles there with a real pretty acrylic dove. I love these. I need to get more of them out. And a pretty flower here. And then this is one of the beautiful rosette trims that I got from Frog Feathers a long time ago, and used one of those beautiful embellishments that I purchased from Elise. Hey Elise! And then this right here is just a personalized little section for Crystal, you know, starting off with her YouTube name, starts with a J, and then 315, and then just kind of embellished a little bit with some flowers. These are Tim Holtz, and then distressed it. There's a little porcelain flower there. And on this one here, another of the Stampin' Up! Butterflies with that real pretty bling that Marla blessed me with. A beautiful, shabby, beautiful flower, some rosette trim, and there. And then here is an acrylic heart, a flower that I made from My Favorite Things die with their felt, one of their mini roses. Tim Holtz clothes hanger, I believe. One of those real pretty, it's heavy, like ceramic dress forms you can get from Hobby Lobby, one of those little kits for like their miniature houses. And then some beautiful trim here, which I try to make it look like a dress. And then an acrylic bauble here, porcelain flower, and an acrylic button there. And then I just went around the whole outside with that real pretty trim that I got from Annie's store. I love it. It's got like glitter on it. It's real pretty. And then just put some flat back pearls in, you know, random places here. I didn't want to cover it all up with the pearls. And you can see right there where I distressed. And then these are, I believe, Tim Holtz corner pieces. And then I just, you know, went around it all with modeling paste, and then I used some floret trim to hang it, and I'm going to send like one of those what you use for like a corkboard pin there, so you can hang it, Crystal, and it hangs real nice. Oh yeah, and then the bottom here I use the other ones that don't have the bling buckle sliders to hang these real pretty crystals on. And I had so much fun making that for you, honey. I hope you like it. So there's that. And then I created a spool, a shabby chic spool, out of the same paper line. And I used an actual spool that I got some lace off of. And then I cut out these pieces from a Marvy stamp that I have. It's like a 3-inch Marvy punch. And then just covered it with the paper line. I did do some modeling paste with the Prima Crackle stencil there, and then lay down a doily, and then this real pretty Vicky flower that I created with some rosette trim and a real pretty I Am Roses flower. And I used, like I said, the same paper stack. I used this trim here that I got from Annie's store. And this is from my stash, this lace. And then I just put 2 rosette trims together, pink and white, and then just, you know, embellish the inside for you, honey. I hope you like it, darling. Right there, You Are Beautiful, a pretty bow with a flower. Right there, I made that with a one of those cameos that you can get from eBay. I've had them forever. Or this, yeah, I think I got this from eBay. And it's kind of yellowish, so I had to tone it down with some white acrylic paint. And then I sprayed it with the Pearl Tattered Angel spray. This right here is Butterbee Scraps, I Am Roses, Tiny Flowers. So I kind of like made a little, you know, an embellishment there for you. And then used a stamp set that I have, You Are a Treasure. This is one of my favorite stamps because it's so true. And then another dove. And then one of those beautiful centerpieces that I purchased from Elise. And they are gorgeous. and then a beautiful butterfly that I've had in my stash, and then I made this stick pin to close it off with there. So it's real shabby chic. It's kind of bulky, which just about everything I make is bulky. I have to learn how to create flat things. And I hope you like it, darling. I tried to stay with the same theme, and I just need to find a box to fit this letter in. I've been looking, and yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go to the UPS store. So there you go, darling, and I hope you like everything. And I'm going to go ahead and upload this because Crystal said it was okay to go ahead and upload it before I sent it to her. So yeah, I just wanted to share it with you all, and thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll be back because I have more to share. Bye bye, y'all. God bless.